Hey there everyone, so today we're going to be having a look at our best guess of what paper 3 is going to look for. That's the calculator paper for 2024 for the AQA exam board. So write down the value of the 8 in the number 18235. So I'm looking at the 8, that's the units, that's the tens, that's the hundreds, that's the thousands. So 8,000. We could write that in words if we wanted to. Write down an integer that is less than -5. Well, less is going to be further away from 0. So -6. Solve a minus 7 equals 8. Well, I want to get the a on its own, so I need to undo that. So I'll add 7. Remember, I can use the calculator for absolutely everything in the exam, so I don't need to feel nervous about my arithmetic. So adding those together for 15. So a would be 15. Solve. So if I want to get that t on its own, that's 5 times t. So to undo that, I will divide by 5. So 55 divided by 5. Again, we know the answer, but we can check it on the calculator, make sure we're feeling really confident. T equals 11. Here is a list of numbers: 1, 7, 9, 20, 36. From the list, write down a multiple of 10. So I always remember that multiples are more and factors are fewer. So I don't get the two confused. So a multiple of 10, 20. From the list, write down a factor of 10. So a factor is a number that goes into 10. So 1. From the list, write down a prime number. Prime numbers are numbers that don't have any factors other than 1 and itself, so that'd be 7. Simplify fully, so what goes into 12 and 30? 2 goes into it, so 6 and 15. Does anything go into 6 and 15? 3 goes into it. How many 3's in there? 2. How many 3's in there? 5. So 2 to 5. The bar chart shows the number of home and away goals scored by a football team in 2020, 2021 and 2022. Work out the year in which the team scored the greatest total goals. So just looking for the home plus away for each year. So this year will be 18 plus 18, which will be 36. This year it's going to be 22 plus 12, which will be 34. And this year is going to be 19 plus 16, which would be 35. So we can be sure that it's 2020 where they had the highest possible total goals. Work out the fraction of the goals scored in 2022 that were from home games. So from home games, so over here, home games, we had 19, and that's out of 35. So that is the fraction of the goals scored in 2022 that were from home games. In 2023, the team scored a total of 40 goals. 3/5 of these goals were scored at home matches. Work out how many goals the team scored at away matches in 2023. So if 3/5 were at home, 2/5 were away. So 2/5 of 40, we're going to divide by the bottom number and then times by the top. So 40 divided by 5 is 8, times by 2, 16. Write a number in each of the boxes below to make the statements correct. A plus B. Well, A plus B are on a straight line, so they add to 180 degrees. A take away C. Well, A and C are the same, so A take away C would be nothing. A plus B plus C plus D. Well, that's the angles about a circle, or about a point, so that's 360 degrees. Here is a triangular prism. Complete the table below. The number of faces, so the faces are the flat sides, so that's one at the front, one at the back, and then 3 that go round, so one hidden round there, another one here, another one there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 faces. Number of edges, well, there's 3, another 3, and then 3 join in, so that's 3, 6, 9. And vertices, so these are our corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 vertices. Complete the bank statement. So I start off with a balance of £3,252.23 and the council tax. Now you need to just think about it in the exam. Do you pay the council tax or does the council tax pay you? Now, we pay the council tax, don't we? So that's going to come out of my account. So let's start with my 3252.23 and then I'm going to pay out the council tax of 219.99, leaving me with a balance of £3,032.24. I then get a birthday gift. So this sounds like this is coming into me, so I'm going to add £30 to what I've got there to get £3,062.24. Then an amount of money comes in as my salary, which leaves me on this. So whatever comes in here must be the difference between these two numbers. So 5642.28 minus 3062.24 means I got a salary of 2,580.04 pence. Here is a number machine, so I have an input of m, it gets divided by 4 and it gives an output. Write an expression for the output. Well, m divided by 4 in algebra is just m over 4. Here is another number machine. Write an expression for the output. So p times 2 would be 2p, and then add q would be 2p add q. The table shows the number of exams sat in a week by 20 students. So 0 exams by 1 student, 1 exam by 2, 4 exams were set by 2 students, an unlucky 2 students there getting 4 exams, 12 students sitting 3 exams. Write down the modal number of exams sat. So this happened the most, but that's just how many times it happened. What actually happened the most was 3 exams. So 3 is the mode. Work out the mean number of exams sat per student. So we should be quite into the pattern of doing this, where we multiply these across to find out the total of exams. So 0 exams sat once would be 0 exams. 1 exam sat by 2 people would be 2 exams. 2 exams sat by 3 people each would be 6, 36 and 8. And we're going to add up our total. So 0 plus 2 plus 6 plus 36 plus 8, 52, and then divide that by our total frequency, which we know is 20 students. So 52 divided by 20 equals, just check and see, does that look like a sensible answer? 2.6 would make sense for our data, so 2.6 is the average amount of exams per student. Here is a circle with centre 0. OA equals 9 centimetres. Work out the circumference of the circle. Give your answer correct to 1 decimal place. So circumference equals pi times diameter. This is a radius of 9. So our diameter is going to be 18. So we're going to do pi times 18. Which is giving me 56.548 6, 6, 7, 7, 6. And then just careful, I need to give my answer to one decimal place. That's a 4, so that's staying the same, 56.5. Here is a trapezium. Work out the area of a trapezium. Right, for the trapezium, I always have this stupid song in my head, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add together the parallel sides, so 6 plus 7.5. Add together the parallel sides and times it by the height. Then half the lot. And what have you got? The area of a trapezium. It's so annoying and cringe, I know, but if you can remember that in your exam, it really does help. So add together the parallel sides, 6 plus 7.5 equals. Times it by the height, so times it by 2.8. Half the lot, and what have you got? Divide it by 2 gives us 18.9. Simon drives 96 miles from Manchester to Birmingham. He leaves at 10 a.m. and drives at an average speed of 40 miles per hour. Will Simon arrive in Birmingham before 12:30? Tick one box. So Simon drives 96 miles. He leaves at 10 a.m. and drives at an average speed of 40 miles an hour. Will he arrive in Birmingham before 12:30? So this is 2.5 hours travelling at 40 miles an hour. So that's 2.5 times 40 will tell us how many miles he's driving. It's 100 miles. So if he's travelling 100 miles and he's got 96 miles to go, yes, he is going to make it. Right, an expansion question here. So h times h is h squared, and h times 2 is 2h. And then factorising, which is putting it back inside the brackets. What's the biggest number that goes into 20 and 80? That is 20. And then 20 times something to get back to 20a is a. 20 times something else to get to 80 is 4. The table shows how many sales a business makes from 4 different years. Between 2018 and 2019, the number of sales increased by 12%. Work out the number of sales for 2019. So if it's increasing by 12%, I'm going to do 3,000, my initial amount where it starts in 2018, times 1.12. So the 1 keeps my initial amount. The 0.12 then adds a 12%. So 3,000 times 1.12 equals 3,360. Between 2020 and 2021, the number of sales decreased by X%. So from 2020 to 2021, work out the value of X. So a percentage change is the change divided by the original times 100. So how much is it changed between these two numbers here? So 3,200 take away 2,560 is a 640 change over, because we're going from 2020 to 2021, this is my original amount, so 3,200 is going to be my denominator, so my change over original times 100, bang that in your calculator, so 640 divided by 3,200 equals times 100 equals a 20% decrease. A coffee shop owner recorded the orders of 100 visitors. So the whole set, everything is visitors to the coffee shop. F are people who ordered food. D are people who ordered drinks. These must be people who ordered food or drinks. And these are people who didn't order food or drinks. What did they order? Did they just come into the toilet? Right, complete the frequency tree below. Total visitors is 100. Let's just add that up so we feel nice and confident as we go through. Yeah, so we know that's our total 100 people. Amount that ordered food. So people who ordered food is everybody in this circle. They all ordered food, didn't they? If you ordered food, or if you ordered food and drink, you ordered food. So 27 plus 48 would be 75 people ordering food. Now, of those who've ordered food, how many of those have ordered drink? So yes to food, then yes to drink. That is 48 people, because these are all the food people and these are food and drink people. So 48. So who ordered food but didn't have a drink? So no to drink. Well, that's these people that are left over, 27. And just to double check, these two numbers should add up to make this number. So check that. 48 plus 27 is 75. So we can feel good about that. So total visitors. Ordered food, no. So these are the people who didn't order food, the people who just had a drink and the people who had nothing, just went to toilet. So didn't order food, 25. Ordered a drink, yeah, 24 of them did. One of them didn't. And then we've got that same check that these add to make that, so we feel nice and confident about that. Here's a regular pentagon. Write down the angle that is the interior angle. Interior is inside the interior design, so that's Y. Write down the letter of the angle that is the exterior angle. Now the exterior is just this outer turn angle. I can understand why people would think if that's interior, that's exterior. But the exterior angle is, if my pen goes round a shape, just the angle that it turns to go from one line to the next as it turns round. That's the exterior angle that we get on that turn. Work out the size of the angle marked Z. Well, exterior angles add up to 360 degrees. Here they're all the same, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So 360 divided by 5 equals 72. So that angle must be 72 degrees. Have a look at the picture. Do I believe that could be 72 degrees? I definitely do. Alright, shape A and shape B are shown on the grid below. Rotate shape A 90 degrees clockwise about -1, 1. So draw that coordinate on as we go. Label the image shape C. Now you should always definitely use tracing paper if you're doing a question like this. I haven't prepared any tracing paper because I'm a bit of a fool. So rotate shape A 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So it starts off pointing that way. After 90 degrees anti-clockwise, it'll be pointing to our left. Label the image shape C. So I'm going to say this goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. After a 90 degree turn anti-clockwise, use tracing paper, don't do what I'm doing. That'd go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Which get to our shape there. Don't be tempted to continue drawing a pattern. You might end up drawing a forbidden shape. So let's not continue with that. So that would be C. Reflect shape B in the line Y equals 3. Label the image shape D. So if you're not sure where the line Y equals 3 is, don't panic, take it steady. We've got our X coordinate, we've got our Y coordinate. The Y one is always going to be 3. So what we could have 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3. And then we can plot these in. So 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3. We can see now where this line's going to go. So there's our line. Reflect shape B in it, so that corner is going to stay on the line. That corner, because it's 2 away, is going to be 2 away there, 2 away on this side as well, so 2 away. So this, I should use a ruler, I should demonstrate how to do the exam well. Label it shape D. Tom checks how many of his channel viewers are subscribers. He finds that the number of subscribers to the number of non-subscribers is 2 to 13, doing better than me, pal. Draw and label a pie chart to show the subscription status of Tom's viewers. So, we've got 360 degrees in our circle, and I might as well share those degrees by each chunk here. So, I want 13 chunks for the non-subscribers and 2 chunks for the subscribers. So that's 15 chunks altogether. So 360 divided by 15 gives me 24. So each group here must be worth 24 degrees. Times each of these by 24. 2 times 24 is 48. 13 times 24 is 312. I expect these two to add up to 360, so let's just make sure that they do, so we know that we're doing things right. 48 plus 312 is 360, so we're on track. Now, I've printed this a little bit small, so I might struggle with my protractor here, but let's see. 48 degrees, so target finder in the centre, starting from 0, counting round. 40, 45, 48 would be there. I should have drawn a line to start with. There was one drawn, I've measured from it, nice. So this part of the pie chart is non-subscribers, and, oh no, made a complete error there. This part is non-subscribers, and this is subscribers. The first two terms of a sequence are shown below, 10, 15. Devon assumes it's a linear sequence. Work out the next term of the sequence using Devon's assumption. So linear means an adding sequence, so if I was adding 5 each time, the next term would be 20. Sarah assumes it's a geometric sequence. Work out the next term of the sequence using Sarah's assumption. Well, geometric means timesing. If it was a timesing sequence, I've been timesing by 1.5. 10 times 1.5, well worth checking these things so you feel confident as you go through, is 15, so that's workings. 15 times 1.5, that would give me 22.5. Always show the examiner what you are doing. Morgan assumes it's a Fibonacci type sequence. Work out the next term of the sequence using Morgan's assumption. Well, a Fibonacci sequence is where this term is created by adding up these terms together. So 10 plus 15 would give me 25. Here is a cuboid made from metal. The mass of the cuboid is 1 kilogram. Work out the density of the cuboid in grams per centimetre cubed. Right, so density is just how much stuff there is in a set space. So that is mass divided by volume. Now being asked for it in grams per centimetre cubed, so 1 kilogram, that's 1,000 grams. Do that divided by my volume, so my volume's going to be 9.5 times 3.2 times 4, so 1 to 1.6. So my mass divided by my volume is going to give me my density. Not telling me how accurate to be here, so I'll write out the full answer here. And then give a rounded answer down here. Here is a triangle ABC. A to C, so this bit is 3 parts of B to C, so B to C is that bit. Work out the length of AB, so I actually want to get that bit. So if that's 3 parts, let's find out what 1 part is by dividing it by 3. So 1 part's worth 20. That's 4 parts, so 20 times 4 will give me 80, so that bit's 80. Then using Pythagoras, I know that this one's squared plus this one squared gets me this one squared. So going backwards, I suppose, 80 times 80, that is 6,400. 60 times 60, 3,600. So that square plus that square is that square. This square, take away this square, must give me this square, 2,800. If the area of this square is 2,800, the square root of 2,800 will give me the side length. So square root of 2,800 52.9150262, and then 52.9. ABCD is a quadrilateral. Work out the size of angle BCD. So B to C to D, it's this angle I'm looking for. Now, because it's a quadrilateral, I know that it adds to 360 degrees. So I can say that this angle here, 10x plus 17, plus this angle here, 8x, plus this angle here, 12x minus 2, plus this angle here, which I know is 90 degrees, must all add up to 360 degrees. So then gathering my like terms, 10x, 8x and 12x to be added together. So 10 plus 8 plus 12, 30x. And then my numbers, I've got 17 minus 2 plus 90. So 17 take away 2 plus 90. So plus 105 equals 360. So just solve this now. I want to get rid of my 105, so I'll take that away from both sides. 360 take 105 is 255. So 30x equals 255, so x equals, I'm going to have to divide by 30. 8.5. We've not finished the question. It asked us for this angle, so that's got to be 8 times 8.5, which would be 68 degrees. ADF, so ADF is a straight line. Line AB is parallel to line DE. AC, so A to C is equal to B to C, so we've got an isosceles triangle here. Work out the size of the angle marked X. Give a reason for your answer. So we're looking for this angle here. Now, I think I'm spotting that one there. So I think that's 180, take away 108. So this one's 72, because angle's on a straight line. Add to 180. Can be nice and clear, because that's our rule that we're using. That's where we've used it. We're showing the examiner what's going on. Now, that means that I can get this angle as well. Do I want this angle as well? Don't think I even need this angle as well. This angle here must be 108 together, because this and this are corresponding. So these two angles are corresponding. So that in total adds up to 108. So 108 take away 80 equals 28. So that angle in there must be 28. We know that this is an isosceles triangle. I hope I've spelled that right. Don't worry about it spelling in your exam, as long as it's clear what you're on about. So I know that these two angles are the same. So that must be 28 as well. So then I'll do 180, take away 28, take away 28, because angles in a triangle add to 180. So 180, take away 28, take away 28 gets me 124. So this angle here would be 124 degrees. Right, simplify. So it's in brackets, so that means we times our indices. So that would be x to the power of 20. Simplify, so I'm going to do the numbers first. So 4 over 8 is the same as a half. So we'll keep it as 1 over 2. And then y to the 10. If I'm dividing with indices, it means I subtract them, but 10 take away minus 2. Two negatives next to each other becoming a positive. So that'll be y to the 12. So I would write that as half y to the 12, or you could write that as y to the 12 over 2. There we go, guys. I hope all this stuff comes up. I hope this has been useful. Best of luck for Monday.